Okay, I'm here with the Tom Kaye from Airgun Designs. Just met him 5 minutes ago, and we're going to sit here and talk about the long road that Airgun Designs has been on for the past couple of years, starting with the E-mags and the aluminum valves and moving into level 10 and now the extreme level 10 E-mags. And Tom, let's start off with the advances you've made with your valves and the materials that you're using right now.
Well, what's happened is we've looked at our product. We're revamping our entire product line. As you know, the Automag was originally very famous for having all stainless steel construction. It was real rugged. It would last a long time, and people love that about it. But you know, today's market has gone to fancy colors, and weight's a super issue now. So we've taken that into account. And what we're doing is we've rolled over our top-of-the-line E-mag. We now have it with an all-aluminum body. It's the E-mag Extreme. The breech is removable. So in this instance, we can take the breech out and have a vertical feed breech, or we can have a warp feed breech, or other varieties of breeches, whatever we want to design. The other thing about the removable breech is once we take it off, there's an anti-chop eye in the bottom, and it looks up the feed tube. Okay. And it's easy to clean, but looking up the feed tube is an important point because the bottom of the breech is where the ball hits first. Other times it can waddle around anywhere it wants as it comes down that feed tube, but it always hits the bottom of the breech, so it's got great timing. So we're really excited about that. In order to make this breech removable, another thing that we changed, which was a long-standing symbol of Airgun Designs, was the threads. We've now added cocker threads to the main body of the E-mag Extreme.
And since auto-cocker threading is like the most common out there, that adds a bit more versatility to your guns.
Exactly. You know, we know a lot of guys that got a big investment in barrels, and now you can just take that set of barrels that you had known and loved for many years, you can take it from your old marker and swap it right onto your new one.
Okay. And are you now making your valves out of aluminum as well?
Yep, that's another innovation. We've had the back of the RT valve, or the retro valve, has been aluminum for a long time. And just recently there's been some advances in aluminum technology that made some very high-strength aluminum. This is the 7000 series aluminum. And we've gone to that. There were originally issues trying to anodize it and such, but now they've done a nice job of alloying that aluminum. So we've switched the front of our reg now to aluminum. So we have an all-aluminum valve, and if I've got it here, I'll try and show it to you. This, as you can see, is the all-aluminum. It's all black, and we did it all black so you could tell that it's actually aluminum. So it saves about 3 ounces. And the exciting thing about this, if you look at this marker now, there's actually very little stainless steel left in this marker. The body is gone, the stainless steel is gone from the body, stainless is gone from the valve. The only stainless left in the marker are things that really have to be stainless, like the regulator adjusting nuts and some of the internal components in the power tube. Even our bolt now, which is part of the level 10 configuration, we've thinned out the bolt, so it's very thin wall, only weighs 1 ounce. Okay. That's only 1 ounce. Now, that we believe is the lightest reciprocating bolt in a paintball marker today.
Well, that obviously you're doing that to change the perceived recoil from the gun?
Correct. Yeah, we cut the old bolt was about 2 ounces, the new bolt's about 1 ounce, so we cut the recoil about in half.
Okay, and that, of course, enhances accuracy and controllability of the gun during a game.
Totally, totally. So now we have low recoil, smooth shooting. But of all the things we've done lately, the most exciting thing that we've got is the level 10 upgrade. Now, level 10, you may ask, we're at level 7, what happened to level 8 and level 9? There has never been a level 8 or a level 9.
You just decided, since this was such a big jump, you decided to go ahead and just go to level 10 and make it a nice, even round number.
And there were some rumors at some point about level 8, so we just wanted to skip that whole rumor mill thing, go right to level 10. The level 10 bolt, not only is it 1 ounce, and for a very thin construction, it uses a new combination of O-rings and carriers to reduce the forward force on the bolt. And it's like a teeter-totter. If you have a teeter-totter, you can have 1,000 pounds on one end, and if you have 1,000 pounds on the other end, it'll teeter-totter very nicely, and you won't feel very much force. It doesn't feel like there's 1,000 pounds on that teeter-totter. We do the same thing with the level 10 bolt. The force of the air pushing the bolt forward is teeter-totter compensated by the mainspring pressure back. So if you adjust the two at some point, they're perfectly equal, and there is no forward pressure on the bolt. If you subtract 1 or 2 pounds from the mainspring, you only have a couple pounds pushing the bolt forward. And that's what we do. The net effect is the bolt comes forward and stops on the paintball. The next time you pull the trigger, it resets, lets the ball drop down, and you can fire it on the next bolt.
Okay, and that's, of course, done to, reduce wear and tear on the gun because of all the forces involved, but it also has an effect on precision and felt recoil, correct?
Right, but the big thing is no chops.
Which is
That's the big deal. You know, that's the one. There's two things in the world now, besides how good my gun looks. It's does it chop and is it accurate? You know, accuracy, you get the barrel for accuracy. That's not our job. You go get a barrel somewhere else.
Right.
But the chop thing, we've stopped the chops.
okay. And I know you've recently introduced the 4500 flatlines. What can you tell me about that?
Yes, the flatline has been a long-standing product because, you know, we introduced compressed air back in 1991 or 92. I don't even remember how long. It's been that long.
Yeah, I'm real good friends with one of the guys that helped you with that.
Who is it?
Dennis
Ashley.
Ashley.
Dennis was working for us at that time. Yes, that's true. So what we've done now is we finally updated from the 3,000 PSI to the 4,500 PSI system. And we still maintain our easy turn on-off, which was one of the big features that we had in the flatline. We've got the dual gauges. We have the adjustability. So for guys looking for a high-end air system, you know, that certainly is a choice. It's all aluminum, too.
That's good. How did you, on the easy turn on-off, how did you manage to do that with all that force from the bottle going into the regulator?
That's the whole trick. You see, that's where we had to put our Airgun Designs engineering team on that. The way we did it, everybody else rotated O-rings on some kind of shaft, and with that much pressure on the O-rings, it creates an extreme amount of friction. We did it a little differently. We used a needle valve, a pin valve, similar to what's in the front of a screw-in, and we used a cam to lift that needle valve.
Oh, okay.
So we don't actually rotate O-rings across openings or anything. We just use a cam, and it lifts the needle valve and lets the air out.
Okay, a lot simpler, and probably a few less pieces, and probably lasts longer too because it is simpler.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kaye, for taking the time to talk to me, and looking forward to shooting one of your new guns here in the future.
We sure love to have you. Appreciate the interview, and we love your site.
And I'm really looking forward to taking a shot at you at Shatner's game later this month.
Yes, come to Shatner Ball. We're going to be the only people to shoot Captain Kirk for real.
Not if you... No, because I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see you there.
All right.